What it do, everybody? What it do? We are back. As always, I'm waking up.
I just finished watching this documentary on. Well, first I watched the O.J. Simpson one on Netflix. Did you know he died?
Yeah.
I thought that he was still alive. I watched that. I finished watching that, and then I got stuck watching the Hurricane Katrina one, and I just finished watching that. That one is crazy because I remember when that happened, but I was little, so I didn't understand fully.
You were little.
In 2005?
Damn, it's been that fucking long.
Yeah. I was like, okay, maybe not little, but I was.
Why does it feel like something that just happened like 8 or 9 years ago?
I can't do the math right now. Wow. So what I was like.
20 years ago? You were
13?
12. Oh. Yeah, 12, 13.
12, 13, yeah. That's still pretty young, I feel like.
Yeah.
I didn't wrap my mind fully around the whole, like, the tragedy of it. I understood there's people who are flooded, and I knew that. Like, I remember seeing things on TV about it. But it's interesting to see, like, the documentary on it and getting to see it, you know, as an adult and viewing it and, like, the tragedy of it. It's crazy. I feel like that was such bullshit. Like how George Bush, he just kind of just, like, left everybody there. And I really do feel like it was super, like, racist in a way. Like, I really do.
Very planned. I mean,
super racist.
That shit was probably fucking planned. They did that shit on purpose.
Exactly. It was just been fucked up.
Controlling the fucking weather to do shit like that for decades. They've had the technology for that since the 50s.
Well, apparently, like, George Bush and then was it the governor or somebody, they, like, didn't get along. So supposedly that's why he was, like, holding out resources, because he wanted her to, like, beg for the resources. Or I don't know. It was something weird and twisted like that. And I think that's so petty. I think that's the story they want you to think. Or if they didn't like each other, then, you know, I know that they can manipulate weather and all that, and it could have been, like, an attack on those people. My conspiracy mind literally goes and just,
old Bush
takes off. But that was, like, I feel like it was super racist how they did that to everybody there, and it's just wrong.
He was an evil, twisted, fucked up deep state puppet.
Seriously, it was like, wait, when was 9/11? Was that also?
It was 2001.
Oh, but he was still president. Did he get 2 terms?
He had 2 terms.
Oh, wow! I didn't know that.
Anywho,
yes.
Let me get a share on this right here. So part 2, y'all, usually is a little bit slow. If y'all don't mind just kind of hanging out, chatting for a little bit. I'm waking up. She's getting all this put together. We probably should chat more often, though. We don't do that anymore.
I knew you were gonna say that this morning. I don't know why I, like, saw that in my head. You're gonna be like, talk about how we used to chat and how we don't come on and chat no more. I foresaw it. How am I on yours? That makes no sense.
Well, we did. We used to. It's probably just because we ain't got nothing to talk about, really. Is that what it is? We just nothing to talk about. We've pretty much talked about everything there is to talk about. We don't do nothing. We're boring people. We sit at home and.
There's still things that we could probably talk about. I don't know. I'm on my channel here, but then when I comment, it's under your channel. So I don't know.
Weird.
But yeah, we used to chat all the time. I don't know. You used to have really good things to say, and you would just go on and babble, and, like, that was your thing, like, you like to do. And now you just feel like you have nothing else to say? Like, you feel like you said everything?
Probably. It's probably along the lines of what it is. Yeah.
Well, then restart for the new faces, I guess.
Yeah. It's just that, I don't know. sometimes I drive myself nuts repeating myself as it is, like doing my readings and shit, you know. But I don't know. We will see, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. Like, when did we just become so private?
We didn't really. I mean,
we kind of did. We would share everything. We
I
used to
don't
be
really
so just like an open book with everybody, and then we kind of just step back.
I mean, I don't really consider myself private. Like, I'm not hiding anything. I'm still an open book. It's just that I guess maybe I just feel like I don't feel the desire to put my life out there, I guess, because
that's being private, but not like purposely.
But there's not much to tell. That's what I'm saying. Not much to talk about. We're boring. We just sit around the house and work.
We were kind of boring back in the day, though, too. Like when we lived in Arizona. What did we do in Arizona? Nothing.
Well, what did we talk about?
We would just talk about like random stuff. About I don't know. Like we'd have to go back and watch because I have no idea.
I don't know.
It'd be fun to go back and see because I'm kind of curious myself, honestly.
All right. Well, there's a teeny little handful of y'all up in here. What's up? How y'all doing? Sorry, we're kind of dragging ass a little bit. I'm still waking up. Let me crack this fucking energy drink. Y'all had this fucking Alani Witch's Brew.
That one's so good.
These things are so bomb.
Caramel apple.
Fucking caramel apple. I don't know what Alani and Ghost are the two energy drink companies that over the past few years have fucking really started stepping their game up.
Yeah, I have mine right here too. It's just in a cup. This is what it looks like.
It looks like you're drinking an alcohol drink.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, we don't even drink anymore. That's another thing we used to do back in the day.
I was about to say that. We just get like, I would be drinking wine and then you would get beers and then we would just like go live and just talk. And we'd get tipsy. Like, what was that last time we were like playing those games? And we were like drinking vodka, I'm pretty sure.
That was in like 2023.
And that's when we were telling everybody we're gonna move or something. Is that when we said that? I don't
think
remember.
So. Yeah.
We're like, we fucking hate it here.
Yeah.
That's really when we spilled the beans about how bad it was.
Yep. Anywho.
I think maybe that's why we just kind of went private because it's just like life started just getting a little bit hard. I don't know. Anyways, are you guys ready? I'm still getting the list together a little bit, but we can get started.
Yeah, I'm ready.
With who we have here. So, actually, I kind of want to wait a second on this one because I just sent her the link.
But yeah, we haven't had a drink since February.
Mm-hmm.
So March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months. 6 months since we've even had a drink of alcohol.
Oh, okay, she's here. Dana's here. Okay, I was waiting for you. Okay, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started with Dana. She's a Sagittarius. It says, love question. I've been in a very toxic 1.5 year relationship. He says he wants me, but I stand on loyalty. Should I stay away?
Stand on loyalty? So did he cheat on you? If that's your deal breaker, then yeah, 100%. Whatever your deal breaker is, you can't step back on that. Let's see, I guess, what the soul contract is first.
He said yes.
Okay, well, if that's your deal breaker, then you stand on it. But we'll look at the soul contract here. Oops. I think this deck's getting a 2. Yeah, he respects you little enough to cheat on you. And he watches you go back on your word, oh, he ain't gonna take you seriously ever again. You know? So let's look at the energy in the soul contract before we get into talking about principles and shit. Oh, world card, completed contract.
Wait, did you say he had someone else living with him? Had another living, and I had no idea. We live in different states.
Oh.
Or I don't know what that. I think there's a typo or something.
Oh, and look, the card of making a solid decision too. Yeah. You gotta stand on your principles. You gotta put your foot down and fucking lay the law down and not. Now, see, here's the thing. We all make mistakes. And like you probably heard me say a lot on my channel that, you know, where do you draw the line between what shitty behavior you will excuse? That's why I read feelings, energies, and intentions, because we all see it differently. There's some things that if I know your intentions, I'll let it slide. But there's other things that fuck your intentions. You crossed the line. I don't care what your intentions were. I don't care how you meant it. That's a deal breaker. You crossed the fucking line. Fuck you. You know, where do we draw that line? That's different for every individual. And if you stand on loyalty being one of your deal breakers, yeah, stand on that. Because if he sees you go back on that, oh, he ain't never going to take you serious. Ever. You know? We do have a completed soul contract anyway, though. But, I mean, the reality of the matter is most of the time, there are little exceptions to everything. But overwhelmingly, the majority of the time, when somebody going to cheat on you like that, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. It's not, they,
He said, I haven't seen him. Oh, wait, hold on. I guess he like lied to her and said that he was alone, but he wasn't. And she said, I haven't seen him at all since May. I had to just cut ties. I blocked him. He keeps getting texts. He keeps getting texts now, numbers to keep in touch, and I keep blocking them. And plus, you're a Sag, just like me, and we're big on loyalty. Like, you know what I mean? I cannot stand when somebody lies to me. That's just like, I cannot.
What's his zodiac sign? Is he a cardinal sign by chance? Cardinal sun or moon? Aries, Libra, Capricorn. What's the other one? Aries, Libra, Capricorn. What's the other cardinal sign?
I wasn't listening.
Cancer. Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer. Or does he have a cardinal sun or moon?
Capricorn.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Now, you gotta put your fucking foot down and keep it down. There's nothing that pisses me off more than persistence. Because people who are persistent like that, they're confident about being persistent. Because it usually works. And you gotta be that one motherfucker to be like, nah, it ain't gonna work on me, bitch. Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
I'm a fixed sign. So it makes my fucking blood boil. When I say something, you don't listen to what I said. When I say no, and you think you're going to change my mind, you know, or you think you're going to somehow get a different answer out of me, that like it makes my fucking blood boil. You know? So you got to put your foot down and keep it there. That tells you everything you need to know about him anyways. You know, so what you're going through right now, it's very normal and it's very natural. You're handling it the way you're supposed to, though. You know? So when we connect with somebody, especially if we fall in love with somebody, you paint a picture in your mind of who you think that person is. And you've probably heard me say this before. If you're dealing with an honest, genuine person, then the picture you paint in your mind should be a relatively accurate depiction of who that person is. But if you're dealing with a lying sack of shit, then you're eventually going to be handed evidence that proves that the picture you painted in your mind was the complete and total wrong fucking picture. And that the ego can fight itself over that, but that tells you everything you need to know. You're not who I thought you were. Therefore, you're not someone I need in my life. And in the big grand scheme of things, this might teach him a very important lesson. The bummer is that you probably won't be the one to be on the receiving end of it. But this is probably going to teach him a very important lesson that, he's persistent like that because it works. Anytime he gets in trouble or gets caught, all he has to do is keep begging and pushing and begging and pushing and begging and pushing. And people usually fold under pressure. You got to be that one to put your foot down and be like, not me. And then really let reality sink into his mind that, oh shit, maybe I better fucking straighten my act out, Mm-hmm. So yeah, absolutely. Stay gone. So, okay.
Okay, next is for Nikki, who's in Aries. What will happen between me and the Libra man? Love reading. We liked each other and ended up dating other people at the time. I'm wondering if it's over and I think I was going to say if it's something I should be letting go. I'm not sure if he's suppressing his feelings or if he has totally let it go and has no interest in me.
Well, I don't really think I need a tarot card to tell you that that's not your divine life partner. I don't know if that matters to you or not. Some people don't care, but Libra and Aries are opposite signs. That's another thing to keep in mind. Yeah, I mean, if it gets to the point where y'all are going to go see other people, then that's not a very good sign. Let's just see what kind of soul contract we're dealing with here. What kind of soul contract we got? King of Pentacles reversed. Five of Cups reversed. Judgment reversed. Okay. I think this is an incomplete soul contract. It didn't end either how it was supposed to, or when it was supposed to. Or both, But yeah, whatever it was that you all intended to accomplish together was not completed successfully. So now this is a karmic tie. But I'm going to tell you what. Like I said a minute ago, getting to the point where you're both going and seeing other people, that's going to put a dent in the connection that I don't like to use the word impossible, but would be very difficult to come back from. Very difficult. Very difficult. It's just, if the two of y'all got back together tomorrow, it would just not feel the same at all. Not only the energy that you all went and picked up from other people and brought back to the connection, but just the whole splitting of the connection when it wasn't supposed to, and then going and getting energetically tied to other people and then coming back and bringing other people's energy back to the mix. Oh, it wouldn't even feel the same. Wouldn't even feel the same. So we got a pretty decent karmic tie here. I guess we'll give this person an energy check. Knight of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Well, I mean, this is where this gets so hard to talk about because this person, the energy behind why he connects with people is more to fill a void than because of the actual connection. This is what makes dating so difficult. When that would take me an hour to sit and explain that. This person is mainly trying to fill a void. So what that means is, yes, he does have really strong feelings for you, but I don't think he really knows how to tell the difference between feeling a genuine connection and a codependency attachment, if that makes sense. So he's really confused. He is a confused ass individual. Doesn't know what the hell he wants, doesn't know how the hell he feels. And at the end of the day, is more likely to try to run from a problem, than face it head on. So this was an incomplete contract, though, like I said. What's the question? What will happen? It's hard to say. How long ago was this? Are you in the chat? What I would do if I was you. Okay. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you want to move forward and find somebody new or bring someone from the past back into your life. If you don't heal and change the vibration, you're going to repeat the same cycle no matter who you bring into your life. So letting go is going to happen by default. You're going to have to let go of and clear that old energy no matter what. If you don't do that and you meet someone new, you're going to repeat the same cycle. If you don't do that and you bring this person back, it's going to repeat the same cycle. Because the primary law is the law of vibration. So the vibration that you hold whenever you connect with somebody, that's the energy that's going to start manifesting and animating itself between the two of you. So you need to be healing no matter what. So that's what you want to be focused on right now. That doesn't mean that you're putting the final nail in the coffin. It could, but it doesn't mean that intrinsically. What I would do if I was you is, and this is just preparing you to go on a healing path. Picture in your mind that you're going to talk to this person. You're going to reconnect with this person later on down the line. Like maybe early next year, spring next year. Don't drive yourself crazy trying to figure out when. Just say, you know what? Later on down the line, I'm going to reconnect with this person. And the next time this person sees me, he's not going to recognize me. I'm going to heal and grow and evolve so hardcore that he's not going to know what to say to me. From that point, if the two of you wanted to come back together, he would have to raise up to meet you. But the paradox is, the more healing you do, the less interested you become in revisiting the past. That's the paradox. But if you did want to revisit the past, you would have to heal first. But the more healing you do, the less interested you are in revisiting the past. So it's a paradox. So that's what I would do with this situation right here. I promise you, if you tackle that properly, that's going to make miracles happen in your life that you would never expect.
All right. Next, we have Tropic. He's a Cancer. It says, does my ex still think about me? He blocked me a week ago, and I can't get over him. He's Scorpio, and I guess we weren't really official, but we were talking for about a month. I don't know what I even did wrong.
Oh, well, hey, take this with you on your journey. I don't care who you are. Don't care why you're watching this video. If you don't know what you did wrong, you didn't do anything wrong. If you genuinely don't know what you did wrong, if you did something wrong, you know what the fuck you did. Come on now. We're all adults here. We all know. If you did something shady, I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what you tell everybody else. This is when you're laying your head down to go to sleep at night, and it's between you and you. If you genuinely, wholeheartedly don't fucking know what you did, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. So it's their problem, not yours. Let's see how the soul contract's looking. Tower card reversed. Judgment reversed. King of Cups reversed. A lot of past energy coming out here. This sounds to me like he's got some past energy attached to him somehow. Almost every past person card came out in this spread. If I didn't know any better, oh damn.
Are you bleeding?
Yeah, will you go get me a paper towel?
Oh, child.
If I didn't know any better, I would say that he got back with an X. If I didn't know any better. But I'll tell you this much. You didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, my goodness.
There was nothing random about that. Nothing random about that. I think he either did one or two things. He either invented an argument so that he could have an excuse to block you, or whatever argument you all ended up in, he seized that moment and used that as the perfect excuse to block you without making himself look like an asshole. So, just one little scab, dude. I just scratched
You
one.
didn't get that on my rug, did you?
No, I just scratched one little scab. Can you grab me a Band-Aid? Sorry, y'all. I got to scratch and there's a little scab on my ankle and I picked it and started bleeding like crazy. It doesn't even look that bad. It's a little itty bitty little scab. Karmic wheel reversed. So your all soul contract was not completed successfully. It was not. So as I suspected, King of Cups, Emperor, both reversed. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. I think he invented it. I think he invented a problem that was never there to begin with to give himself an easy out so he won't look like the asshole. That's what I think happened. Let me slap this Band-Aid on real quick. There we go. Let's see what the second spread says. So what's the main question here? Does my ex still think about me?
Mm-hmm. Ba-doom-doom.
Ba-dum-bum. I wonder where that little tune came from. I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't think you've gone a day without singing it your whole life.
Chariot reversed.
You probably came out the womb doing that. Ba-doom boom, here I am.
You're a goofball. I mean, I think right now, it's so fresh that he's still just trying to run from it. Now, I'm not allowed to spy on the details of somebody's life, but with this energy right here, he's not going to attract or create anything substantial that's valuable, like at all, period. He's just not a vibrational match. It's kind of like an auto mechanic looking at you and saying, well, with that car right there, you're not going to make it across the country. It's just not going to happen. There's too many miles on that thing, the cord showing on the tire, you got one cylinder misfiring. You're not going to make it across the country in that thing. You're just not, So with this energy that he's carrying, he's not going to be able to build anything or attract anything successful. So his love life there's about a 95% chance that in the next 6 months, whoever he left you for or whatever happened is going to fall the fuck through. And he's going to have to sit with the stupid ass decision that he made. Right now, though, it's so fresh. I think he's still in the process of running from it. But he'll end up regretting it. If you hear from him in the next 6 months, be fucking careful. Be careful, because now you're at that turning point where he's going to go off and do worse. Make sure you go off and do better. Okay? All right.
Okay, next is for Sam, who's a Virgo. Why does it seem like my boss hates me? He acts very weird whenever I'm around. I don't talk to him other than say hello, and he ignores my hello at times. Am I just being dramatic? And of course, you're a Virgo, so you're like overanalyzing it. Maybe, I don't know if you're overanalyzing it, but I think that's kind of funny.
Well, the overwhelming majority of the time, when energy feels off, it's off.
Yeah, for sure.
Not always, but most of the time. Let's see. 3 shuffles here. 1, 2, and 3. Emperor. He's intimidated by you. So, are you in the chat? Are you a female and he's a male? I don't know. I may not be able to dig too deep into this. But
it says him. Like the boss is a him at least.
Right, but
we don't know
Sam
him.
a female?
We don't know that, yeah.
Either one or two things. Either he feels a really strong connection with you and is trying to fight it off. Or he sees the potential that you, if you were given a platform, metaphorically speaking, you could easily outshine him. Easily. And he knows that. That's one thing about the fucking workforce, dude. There's so much dog eat dog shit, and then once you as an employee get out there and start shining, the people above you are going to get pissed. And it's not uncommon at all for a higher up to want to try to dampen your flame. And that's kind of what I'm thinking is happening here. I don't want to go further, but it almost kind of sounds like there is an attraction there. But Sam is a unisex name, so I don't want to go into that. I got to know the right intention for that.
Is it Samuel, or is it Samantha?
Yeah.
Or right, wasn't that like a boy Sam? Like Samuel?
Yeah, Samuel and Samantha.
Samuel.
Samuel, M-N-O-P. Let's see here. King of Wands. That's basically the minor arcana version of the Emperor. Same overall energy, minor arcana version.
Jealousy.
So, Emperor reverse this time. Yeah, he's intimidated by you. If you were given a platform, if you were given the ability, if you ever had a light shining on you, everybody could see that you would more than likely outshine him somehow, some way. And you may not even realize it. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You may have some sort of attribute that he lacks, that you wouldn't think would have anything to do with his job, but it really does. Like maybe your energy, your charismatic energy. It's possible it may not even have anything to do with the job itself, but there's something I think that he's a little bit envious of, intimidated by, and a little bit jealous of. I think so. But this is a very near and dear member of your soul family. You all have had many lifetimes before, many. So I think it has to do with intimidation, though.
That's crazy.
Just do the best you can and just shrug it off. Don't let him know it's bothering you. Because if you let him know it's bothering you, he's going to play on that.
I feel like now that they know, they could use it to their advantage and just be like, my shit don't stink. Like walk up in the place now. Haha, you're intimidated by me. Haha. That's what I would do.
If it was me, I would just completely ignore it.
I'd be laughing in my head.
I don't know where I learned this. I mean, I was bullied and ostracized pretty much my whole life. I only had a tiny little handful of real friends throughout my life, but in my whole childhood. And one thing that I learned is that toxic people hate being ignored. They hate it. They hate it. They're trying to get a reaction out of you. They're trying to piss you off.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why it gets on my nerves when I see people flip out and cuss people out, you know, and it's like, dude, you're letting them win. What are you doing? Do you think that you're making that person feel bad and question their existence? No, they're throwing a party because they got what they wanted out of you, you know?
It's funny because I was a bully and you were bullied. So, like, we see both sides of it. And I remember this one girl, I was like, I've already apologized to her as an adult, but I was really mean to her. And I would do that. Like, I would just follow her around and just, like, pick at her. And she would never break character, ever. Like, she would just look down and keep walking. And I would just say the meanest things to her just to get her attention. And she would never give it to me. And it pissed me off so bad, and it made me just want to keep like picking on her more and more. Like, obviously as an adult, like, I felt horrible, and I was like, I need to find this girl and like apologize to her. Do you remember when I did that? Like, I remember you back in like 2020 or
saying something about it, but
and like I could not even remember her name. I had a hard time finding her, but I did, and I apologized because I was like, oh, I cannot believe I did that to somebody, first of all. But yeah, so it's interesting when we can compare stories because I have like the opposite. We have like the opposite like experience from it. So it's interesting too. Like when things happen to like the kids, we can say like both sides of it, or I could be like, oh yeah, they're just being a bully.
Yeah.
Like this is what you could say, because, or hey, you want to punk somebody? Here, this is what you say. Like, trust me, I know I got all the good things to say.
Yeah,
if you want to be mean to somebody, someone's bullying you, this is what you do. But yeah.
Yeah. One thing they hate though is being ignored.
It's that is so true. That would piss me off so bad. All right. Next we have Anonymous.
A naughty mouse.
Who's a Pisces. I am currently in the process of selling my house, but I haven't received any offers that I am satisfied with yet. Do you see me getting a good offer in the month of September?
Nine of Cups reverse. Hermit. You know what this is? This is going to be one of those things where you don't get the offer that you're wanting until you completely release it and forget about it. I don't know if you happen to grab up my course on manifesting financial abundance, where there's a portion of that course where I explain the quantum physics behind how manifestation works. And that's the reason why things manifest when you release it.
What course is that?
Manifesting Financial Abundance, the one that's out right now.
Let me add that.
Yeah, and that's the reason why things happen when you release it. And the reason why things happen when you let it go. When you finally, if you just stand on that, nope, I'm not taking nothing lower than this. And if don't nobody want to offer me that, then fuck them. I don't need to sell it. And then you just completely release it, forget about it. You're focusing on something else. And it might even get to a point where you completely forget about it. You're so preoccupied with something else. And then that's when it's going to happen. So it's hard to say when that's going to happen because you're kind of in control of the timeline. But the tricky part, and this is much, much harder than it sounds, much harder, is letting go intentionally. That's hard. That is hard. Mm-hmm. Figuring out how to let go on command. That is tricky. It sounds easy, but it's not. Now you get better with it with time and practice, especially once you start playing with it on purpose and seeing the results that it creates. It gets easier over time, but it's still challenging. Like still to this day, it's still something that I'm working on. I'm way better than I was 7 or 8 years ago, but I still haven't mastered it to where I can flip a switch yet. You know, I still have to figure out how to take my focus and put it on something else and distract myself, you know. Let me see what the second spread says. Five of Wands reversed again.
Could you put that bloody napkin down there and not where I sit for dinner? I'm gonna have to spray down the whole table. Contaminated.
Hermit again. Yeah. So it's hard to put a time frame on it. But whenever you release it, and usually most of the time it happens by accident. Most of the time we don't release things until we either just completely give up on it, or it's just been so long that we kind of just start forgetting about it, and you kind of just start losing the passion and losing it. So you just kind of start letting go of it by default. And then that's when it's going to happen, when you very least expect it, when you forget about it. Honestly, if I had to put a time frame on it, it doesn't look like I'm seeing that in September, unless you can figure out how to just release it and say, fuck it, I don't care. But if you could figure out how to do that, you would be a very skilled energy worker, very skilled, if you could figure out how to do that on command. It's hard. It's really hard. And what I mean, like, I don't think you understand what I mean by, okay, let me put it to you like this. The car that you own. What does it feel like to own the car that you own? When's the last time you thought about the car that you own? If you haven't driven your car today, you probably hadn't even thought about it today, have you? You probably didn't even think about it the last time you got in and drove it. That's what I mean by releasing. You release it to the point where you think about it about as much as the car you have sitting in the driveway. So I think it'll happen eventually, as soon as you release it, but I don't know. I wouldn't say September unless you can figure out how to let that go.
That is going to be hard to do, especially when it's something that you're like eagerly waiting on.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Something you want really bad. Oh, it's hard.
All right. Next is for Ashley, who's a Leo. Will my next relationship be my divine partner?
That's a little bit more of a complicated answer than that. Most of the time you're tested before your divine life partner shows up. Some people pass the test with flying colors and don't realize they were being tested, but most of the time, most people, you realize you're being tested. And let's just see what's due to come in next.
Is this sour to you?
Yeah, they're sour. 8 of Cups. Page of Wands reversed. Emperor reversed. Now you still have a karmic contract due. Yep. There's still a karmic contract. Now, I don't have the authority to tell you that you should or shouldn't engage in a karmic contract. And meeting your divine life partner, we're going to go back to what we were just talking about. It happens when you completely release it and let it go. But it's not just whether or not you release it and let it go. It's when two divine life partners come together, it's always when they least expect it, at the most random, unexpected time, and in the weirdest, craziest, most unexpected way that they would never be able to figure out on their own in a million years. Always. The question is, why are they not expecting it? Because for some reason or another, they filled their own void in their own heart. Most people do it by accident, but yeah, same thing. Same thing. Whenever you match the frequency, you won't be expecting it. You won't be thinking about it. But to answer your question directly, you still have a karmic contract due. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information on that. As soon as I split the deck, karmic wheel again. Well, let me put this deck down then. See if we can get any more info, yo. Any more info, yo. Three of Cups reverse. 3 shuffles for the 3 of Cups. There's 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, Page of Cups. All right, so I don't really have the authority to tell you to walk away from uncleared karma, with few exceptions. Like if this person was a very dangerous person and your health or safety was at risk, I could tell you fucking stay away from this person. I don't really think you're dealing with a dangerous person though, but I do kind of think that the next person you connect with is going to be a little bit emotionally immature. But here's the thing about these karmic contracts that you want to keep in mind. They feel really, really, really intense. So be careful getting into a relationship because you are feeling lonely and because the person that you're dealing with creates the most intense, invigorating explosion of emotions that makes you completely forget about all your problems. Be careful about that. Be real careful about that because you're going to feel a real strong feeling of soul recognition with this person. A real strong feeling. You're going to be overwhelmed with those feelings that, yeah, I've met you before. I just don't know where. You know, I feel like I've known you my whole life. It's going to be, and that there's nothing, honestly, that a lot of people base relationships off just that. And that's nothing special, honestly. It's really not. That's nothing unusual. All that is a pre-birth memory. You're triggering pre-birth memories. What you want to look for is energetic transparency. That's what you want to look for. You want to spend the first month to 2 months making sure the energy between the two of you is very transparent. That there's no confusion. No confusion about feelings, intentions, or loyalty. Those are the 3 things. After you've been talking to this person for a month, month and a half, 2 months, if you feel like you need to come to me and ask me how they feel about you, I can't tell you to walk away from it. I'm just going to say be very careful. You should not have to ask how somebody feels about you. That's one thing you should not have to ask. So this person's a little bit emotionally immature, and it might start off of just a sex-based connection. So just be careful with that. But beyond that, I don't really think you have anything miscellaneous due to come in. So.
Okay, next we have Will.i.am, who's a Pisces. Do the cards see my marriage working out? Been rough these past 3 years. Not sure if she even loves me anymore. Married for 13 years.
Ooh, dang. Boom, 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 boom. Sun card. 7 of Pentacles. Well, and a 9 of Cups. That's what okay. So here's the thing. A life partnership is a constant, never-ending growth process. Constant, never-ending. And I could see where once you've been together for so many years, you might just kind of get comfortable and complacent and stuck in the same cycle. But this particular cycle, I think, has to do with one, the other, or both of you figuring out that you're in charge of your own happiness. It's not that she doesn't love you. It's that I don't think she ever learned how to be truly happy by herself. You know, that's the number one relationship killer today, is putting your emotions onto someone else as their responsibility. That's the number one relationship killer, dude. Now, am I saying don't do everything you can to try to help contribute to your partner's happiness? No, I'm not saying that. Absolutely. Do everything you can to try to help make your partner happy. But just know that you can bend over backwards and break your fucking back trying to make them happy. That's going to contribute to maybe 5 to 10% of their happiness. And that's being generous. If they're just generally unhappy in here, it don't matter what you do. Ain't nothing you can do. You can do everything. You know, if you sit and listen to them, here's how you know. Tell them, okay, what is the problem? What can I do to make you happy right now? What are you upset about? What are you complaining about? And she lists off all this stuff that she's mad about or upset about or tired of. And you go about fixing all those problems. Is that going to make her happy? No. That means it's not you. Now, I'm not saying that you're an innocent little angel that's never done anything wrong. What I'm saying is the problem lies deep down inside. And with the 9 of Cups Sun card here, she needs to learn how to find her own happiness, if that makes sense. Lover's card reversed. This is starting to get to a point where it is putting a pretty big dent in the connection. Let's see what the second spread says. But have you done that? I would imagine if you've been together for 13 years, I couldn't imagine you all not having that conversation where we sit down and have a serious talk about what both of you are upset about, and let her just sit down and articulate it like a calm, cool adult. What's your problem? And you put your guard down and you listen to her, and then she has to put her guard down and listen to you. I mean, are you all able to have that conversation where you can hear each other out? If not, then how are you going to fix the problem? You know? Let's see what the second spread is. Karmic wheel. Sun card again. Yeah. So, I mean, it could work out. It is possible to save this. It is. Kind of wish I had you on a Zoom call, honestly, because if I had you on a Zoom call, I would be asking you, like, so have you all ever actually sat down and had a conversation? Most clients that I ask that to, when they're in this position, say, no, we haven't. You all have never sat down with each other and honestly discussed your issues with each other? Never? How the fuck are you ever going to fix the problem? You know, we got to sit down and take turns, you know, hearing each other out. No arguing, no defending yourself. Just, I sit down, I put my ego aside, and I listen to you talk. And then your turn. You put your ego aside and you listen to me talk. We hear each other out completely. And then we come together and meet in the middle. And we say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to do. If you don't even have that conversation, no, it's going to spiral out of control. And the tension is going to build until it explodes. But it could be saved. It's just going to take work on both parts. And it starts with that conversation. She's got to open up and tell you what it is that she's concerned about. What is it you do that pisses her off? What could you do to make her feel better? You know, got to start somewhere.
All right. Next is for Brandon, who's a Pisces. My ex left me last month. We had promised to get married. She did it over a text and ghosted.
Ooh.
Is the karmic contract complete?
Whoa. We haven't even established whether or not it is a karmic contract. Have we? Do you know that it is a karmic contract?
Well, if not, then if the contract is complete.
We'll see. How long were you all together? Quayle.
Whaleys. Oh my God, I love them. So they're gonna go get their dinner.
Yeah.
He says, just from what you described, it sounded like that in 1 year.
1 year? Okay.
Oh my God, I love them.
Queen of Cups. 3 of Cups. Well, we probably guessed that already. Okay. Well, Judgment, Hierophant reversed, 5 of Wands, Tower. That's hard to say.
You can't just say you guessed that. Nobody brought that up.
Huh?
Is this a third party?
Yeah.
Okay, but he didn't know that.
No, I'm just saying that, that was the first thing that I had in mind. No, I don't think that this was completed successfully. I don't think so. I don't think it was really supposed to go down how it did or when it did.
Oh. Okay.
But there's some other energy involved that's influencing the situation.
The third party.
Yeah. Now, how? I don't know. Is it another lover? Maybe. I don't know. Is it a friend with talking in her ear, telling her, you too good for him? I don't know.
I had a friend like that one time. Who basically talked me into breaking up with someone.
No.
Like, oh, we're too young to be in serious relationships right now. We should be out having fun. Yada yada yada. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So stupid.
Yeah.
He said, I feel like it's both.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's some other energy influencing this right here.
Are you guys young? Like in your 20s?
Yeah, young. This kind of stuff usually happens to youngins. Let me grab a second spread here.
Because that's what happened to me in my 20s. I was like in a really good relationship, like serious relationship. And then I literally got talked into just partying because my friend was single.
Well, I was just saying, I was saying the other night on live, if somebody doesn't approve of your relationship, like if I have a friend or a family member that's getting with somebody I don't approve of, if I have pure intentions, like I genuinely care about your well-being, I'm just going to step back and watch you learn for yourself. I'm not going to cut you out of my life. I'm not going to threaten you or belittle you. I'm going to step back and be like, oh, okay, you don't want to listen to me? Well, you learn your lesson and then we'll talk. But if the person is salty and angry and jealous because they don't want to see you doing better than them, then that's when they'll start belittling you and, threaten to cut you out of their life and shit like that, Anyway.
He said both in 20s, but she's younger. I'm mid-20s. She's early 20s.
Oh.
So that's like pretty much when I did the same thing.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
She'll regret it. I promise you that. She will.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna go out and party or do whatever it is that she's doing, and she's gonna realize the grass is not greener.
Yeah.
It's really not.
And another big epidemic that you're seeing in today's day and age is a lot of young women are doing that. And most women, how do I say this nicely? Most women.
Don't say it nicely. Just give it to us raw.
Most women. Most women aren't treated very kindly by Father Time. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, you're gonna go there now. Okay.
And most women are at their peak when they're young, when they're in their early to mid 20s. That's when they're at their peak of desirability in the dating marketplace. And they get this idea in their head that, oh, I'll just be able to have all the options whenever I want. So I'm just going to spend all my 20s partying and having fun. And whenever I'm done doing all that, then I'll pick one of these millions of options. And then by the time she gets into her 30s, not all women, most women realize that they don't really have the options that they once had. And it's too late, Well,
by then they mature too a little bit more and they realize, oh, well, maybe I am ready to settle. And, oh, that one person was really good to me. I kind of fucked that up. And then,
Yeah, but I wouldn't say the soul contract is complete. No, I don't think so. I don't really think it was supposed to go down like that. So it's a karmic contract now. I don't think it was when y'all first came together, but it is now. So
what do you do? Or what
work on healing it and releasing it. Well, I mean, that's when you're in that position, it's kind of up to you. Do you really want to try to hang out and wait? Because I'm going to tell you what, it don't work like that for men. Not most men. You know how they always say that women mature faster than men? Well, there's upsides and downsides to that. Most men don't hit their peak until they're in their 30s or 40s. So right now, while it feels like you're just at rock bottom, you have plenty of time to build yourself into like something fucking awesome. And then by the time you're 35, 40, 45, you could be at a place where you're going to be looking back at her and laughing. Like, dude, I'm so glad I didn't get stuck with that bitch. Oh my God. If there's one thing that I could go back and tell my younger self in my 20s is don't fucking trip about none of these women you tripping about. Because in just 8, 9, 10 years, you're going to look back and be like, ooh. Luckily, I ended up landing a woman that she's 33 this year. And she was 33? I forgot. She was mistaken for a high school kid by another high school kid.
That was funny. Yeah. You said, no, I just want to move on, but like if it's not complete, what does that mean? If I let it go with no closure, is that okay?
Well, you don't know, because that's not, no. You don't just let it go. You have to transmute it, because incomplete means we had a plan before we came in here. I don't know what the plan was, but there was a plan. And if it got fucked up, then the plan wasn't executed successfully. So now there's unfinished business. So if you just let it go, it remains a karmic tie. And number one, that energy will stay with you your whole life, even long after you forget about it. And it'll weigh you down. It could affect the trajectory of your path moving forward. And you'll just end up coming back in the next lifetime with this person and trying it all over again. So I would say let it go for now, but just don't bury it, stuff it away, and forget about it. Just know that in time, digging that back up and processing through it and transmuting it and using it to create something new and releasing it is going to be very important, is what I would do. Or, hey, maybe she'll realize she fucked up in the next few months and come back, and that'll be up to you as to whether or not you want to give it another shot.
Yeah. But you're probably teaching her a really good lesson too. Like if you were really good to her, she's gonna know like she fucked that up. Like for me in my personal experience, I knew like I really fucked up, and I always thought like if I find someone who ever treats me that good again, like I'm never letting him go. And then I met him, and I'm like, I'm never letting you go, because you're literally like I'm not trying to compare, like, you treat me so much better, but, like, you know what I'm saying? I always just knew that I wouldn't just throw something like that away ever again. And sometimes us girls have to have those hard lessons, and I think everyone kind of goes through those hard lessons too. So if anything, you're probably helping her learn a very valuable experience too in the process.
Yep. Sometimes teaching people a lesson is painful. Yeah. If you want to be the one to teach somebody a lesson, usually you're going to end up getting hurt in the process.
And he said, I'm not interested in getting back together. She left me for another guy. I'm worth more. Yeah, You are. 100%.
Here's what I would do if I was you. Dedicate your life to making her regret it. Make her regret it. Just get tunnel vision if you have to. Make sure that one day she looks at you and feels like the dumbest bitch that ever walked the face of this earth. And that'll work miracles for you. Not only will you be able to manifest miracles in your life, but by the time that day comes that she shows up in your inbox, obviously feeling embarrassed and stupid, you'll be so glad that it happened that you wouldn't go back and change it for anything in the world. And that's when you will have completely released it and healed from it. Use it to create something new. Doesn't matter. Maybe take it to the gym and just pump it out in the weights until you're ripped and shredded, or use it to build a business and become a millionaire. You know, use that energy to create something new.
He said, thank you, Rich. I've already started to do that. So, all
cool.
right.
Keep at it.
Yes, I hope that helps. So, next we have Michelle, who's an Aries. Do you see me getting a raise by the end of this year? I work in the medical field.
Uh-oh. It's starting to get humid.
Is it?
My cards are sticking together. It's real humid.
Well, that's kind of weird. Let me see.
Nine of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So it's possible one of two things is going to happen. Because, see, we're at a place right now where the economy is undergoing massive changes. And if you could imagine, what is the same effect as a raise? Like, a raise is where you get your income bumped up, right, to counter the fucking economy. But what about when the economy flips to the point to where it's almost like you got a raise, but it's kind of like, I don't have enough money for gas. I make $15 an hour and gas is $4 a gallon. Okay, well, there's one or two ways that we could fix that problem. I get raised to 16 or 17 an hour, or gas drops down to $3 a gallon. Does that make sense? I think so, though. Yeah, I think there's more than likely going to be a raise. I just don't know if it's going to be something that you would be satisfied with. I don't know if it's going to alleviate the problems that you're wanting to alleviate. Let's see what the second spread says.
There's 6 quailies in our backyard.
6 quailies. That's crazy.
They're so cute.
I did not expect to see one fucking quail.
We'll tell the story after this reading. I love them.
Mm-hmm. King of Wands reversed. Yeah, we have the most interesting wildlife in this neighborhood. Quails, bats, hummingbirds, and the occasional roadrunner. Interesting. Emperor. Ace of Pentacles again. Yeah, I think so. But again, it may not. And I got to be careful how I word this, because money is all a big game of perception at the end of the day. There's some people that would give anything in the world for $1 an hour raise. That would mean the world to them. There's other people that wouldn't even notice $1 an hour raise. It's all in your own perception. But there is kind of a chance that whatever issues you're wanting to alleviate, it may not quite tackle the issue as well as you want it to. So you may not be that satisfied with what you get, but I think so.
Do you hear him out there?
No.
Okay, so the story is at Costco, they sell like this big old block, probably like this big, of like bird seed. It's like glued together with whatever, I don't even know. And on it says quail food, or like it's quail food, just seeds though. And as we're walking through Costco, 2 strangers came up to us and they were like, "Oh, I bought that, and not one quail went up to it. I only got pigeons." And honestly, when I bought it, I was like, "Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen."
I was thinking that too.
And then it's so weird how like 2 different people came up to us and said that, and I was like, "That is so weird." And then I put it out there last night, and then this morning I woke up and looked out there, and we had about 10 quails out there. It's so cute. They're like all circled around it. And now they left, and then right now they're all coming back for dinner. So we have a couple back there.
So the crazy thing is, if any of you are unfamiliar with quails, they don't really fly. They walk around everywhere, and we have it in our backyard. Pigeons are always sitting on our roof. Like anytime we throw bird seed in the backyard, there's always pigeons on our roof down there. The backyard will be full of pigeons. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, what are the chances that a quail is going to wander into our backyard and see this? Because unless they walk back there, and it's walled off, the brick walls walling our backyard off. Mm-hmm. What's the chances that they're just going to wander back there and see it? That's probably not going to happen. It's going to be full of pigeons. I cannot believe we had a fucking backyard full of quails this morning. I was like, damn.
I know, they're so cute. Okay. It does kind of like feel humid a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, well, I was gonna get up for a second, but I guess I'll stay here.
Hang on a second.
But yeah, they're so cute out there. Oh, and then when they have the little baby quails, and they run in a line, and I was so weird. We didn't really see that many babies this year. Like normally there's way more, but I don't know. They're so cute. I love them. And we keep seeing them like walk up on this wall. And I have not seen any pigeons, thank God, because I hear that pigeons have like diseases and all this stuff. So everybody's like anti-pigeon out here. And yeah, the cats, they like to look at them. That's like a main reason why I like to put birdseed out there, because they'll sit right here like at the windows and they like to watch the birds. I like to give them something to do. So yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy though, man. We got the craziest wildlife in this neighborhood. Oh, and these little snakes.
Oh, and the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, and then big dinosaur lizards. Because we have a bug guy that comes and sprays and leaves these glue traps on either side of our garage door, and it catches all kinds of shit, scorpions and spiders and stuff. Well, every now and then a snake will try to come into our garage and get stuck on the glue trap. We'll have to pour oil on it to unstick it and get it off.
Yeah. Where's that one picture? Did Nevaeh send it to me? Oh, that one picture.
But yeah.
Of that lizard. I think it's in your phone. Yeah, we went out for the night, and then she texted us, was like, there's a lizard on the sticky trap. And I was like, that is not a lizard. That is a dinosaur. Because I swear, it was not no little. You got to go into your pictures right here. This thing, I don't know if you can tell in the photos. Did you just send her like a bunch of stuff?
No.
Or is this old?
I sent her a couple of screen recorded videos. I've noticed that thing isn't very accurate.
Mine is.
There will be something that either you send me or I send you that I try to go back and find, and it will not be there. I don't know why that is. And I don't delete pictures.
Oh, well, then it's going to be too hard to find it. But anyways, this lizard was ginormous. It was like an alligator. Okay, it was... No. Do your messages, like, delete?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, wait, that's from July. Oh, you guys don't text very often, I guess.
Maybe once or twice a day.
Oh, here it is. Oh, it's just... Oh, okay. I found it. Look at this thing. Can you see that? How ginormous it is. It took up the whole sticky pad, first of all. And compare it to the garage. That thing was massive.
All we had to do was pour oil on it.
Massive. And he pulled himself off.
Took off running. Like, what it reminded me of is the lizard on Rescuers Down Under.
Does he run on his back legs?
Yeah, ran on his back legs.
Yeah, he took off running so fast. I was so scared. It almost did look like he was running on his back legs.
I'm pretty sure he was, wasn't he? Wasn't he running on his back legs?
He took off into the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically like an iguana.
Yeah.
It's so big. All right. Next we have Claire, who's an Aquarius, had a mutual breakup with ex-Scorpio 1.5 years ago. No contact since. How is he? How does he feel about me / the breakup?
Ooh, Aquarius and Scorpio. That's one of those challenging ones. Really challenging. Air and water mixtures are very challenging anyways. But fixed air and fixed water, that's going to be challenging. I went through this little period where I attracted nothing but Scorpios. One period in my life. So weird. So weird. And it just got to a point where if I'd find out you were a Scorpio, oh my gosh, I'd back away.
You got to start asking the signs with their names.
Oh, I always
What's your name and what's your sign?
That's since I was 18 years old. That's the first thing I want to learn about you. I don't care who you are. Even if you're just like a coworker or something like that. My first thing is I want to know what your sign is. Anyway, let's see. Should I look at the soul contract? I don't know. Well, if the soul contract comes through, I'll let you know. But let's just answer it at face value and look at the energy. Well, there we go. Death card. So it was a completed contract. 3 of Swords. More than likely some sort of third party energy. At least now, I don't know. Are you the one that ended it? Oh, a mutual breakup? Okay. So there's a third party involved now, possibly. I think it kind of bothers him a little bit more than he lets on. But he's been doing what he can to try to kind of distract himself from it. Like, I don't know if he's either already with somebody or he has his eye on somebody. Trying to kind of bury it and forget about it, honestly. Yeah, this is, how would you describe that?
Me?
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it like, because it's like where you do miss somebody, but you're keeping yourself distracted from it and you're not thinking about it. So you're like in another relationship or, trying to find somebody else so you don't think about that person, that kind of energy,
I have no idea.
I
mean, if you're asking what the cards are, I have no idea. I can only read a little bit of tarot.
Well, just take a glance at the cards and feel the energy of the situation. Don't overthink each and every little card.
Well, I don't even remember what the question was. Oh, how's he doing and how does he feel about me? Those cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, as far as
I'm not the card reader.
As far as how he's doing, it's hard for me to get details on somebody's personal private life unless it's something that you need to know. But from the looks of it, he's either already in a new relationship or he's looking for one to kind of distract himself from it, Let's see here. A mutual breakup, though. So I'm kind of curious. I would imagine that if it was a mutual breakup, then both of you would be ready to move on. But from the looks of it, neither of you were. So what's going on here? If neither of you are really genuinely ready to move on from this, then why would both of you mutually and amicably agree to break up? That's the interesting twist here, I guess. Empress. Yeah. Yeah, it bothers him more than he's letting on, but he kind of feels like, oh, well, it is what it is. I have no choice but to move on from this. I don't know why he feels that way. I don't know why he feels that way, but he feels like that, you know, reconciliation isn't even on the table as an option, you know. But without knowing a little bit more of what happened, I can't dig all that much deeper. Like, who was the primary antagonist for the majority of the problems? Who is the one who brought the idea to the table to break up? Like, what ended it? That's what I'm curious about. Because from the looks of it, it kind of looks like neither of you were really genuinely ready to move on. If you were really ready to move on, you probably wouldn't even be here asking me that question right now. And if he was really ready to move on, he wouldn't be bothered by this in the least. So, yeah, I do think it was a completed contract, though. And you parted ways because it was time to part ways. But there's still a little bit of a karmic tie in there. Okay.
All right. Next is for a who's a Sagittarius. Why did the guy I was talking to a few years ago ghost me? I thought our connection was so intense, and I felt like our souls recognized each other. I know he had kids I never met, so I'm wondering if it was because he didn't want to bring anyone around them, or maybe it wasn't a mutual feeling.
Now, when you get ghosted, that's not who you thought they were.
A lot of people have been getting ghosted.
Yeah, yeah, and it always boils down to one point. They're hiding something.
Yeah.
Something. Even if it's just their intentions, you know, or their true feelings or an aspect of their personality. Usually they're hiding another person, but not always. Well, I do want to look at the soul contract on that, though. Three of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Empress, Six of Cups reversed. I don't really think it was completed successfully. So it wasn't supposed to go down like that. So that would mean that if it wasn't supposed to go down like that, he was definitely hiding something. Probably, more than likely, a third party. More than likely. Can't spy on the details of somebody's life, but I think he was hiding a third party.
Probably the baby mama.
Possibly, yeah. Well, yeah, there you go. We got the Empress reversed.
See?
Could have been the baby mama. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, anytime you get ghosted, I want you to do this. I want you to step back and completely delete the picture in your mind of who you thought that person was. And you get ghosted, that means you are not who I thought you were. And that's the best way to start from being ghosted. And that's hard to do. The ego freaks out when it has to admit to itself that it's wrong. I think he was juggling you and someone else. Probably the baby mama. So, yeah. Didn't really feel that strong of a connection either. If anything, does it say a sign? What's a sign? Doesn't say. If anything, and I hate seeing this, but he was probably manipulating you. You know, playing little emotionally manipulative games. I'll give you an example. I've heard of this a lot, where a dude will start talking to this chick that's into spirituality, and he'll set an alarm on his phone for 11:11 just to text her at 11:11 or 3:33, just so she'll say, "Oh my God, that's spirit," just to manipulate her, just playing games,
That sounds like something a girl would do.
There's a lot of dudes that do that.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of dudes that do that. He's trying to crack that ass. He's going to do anything. He's going to play whatever little game he can play,
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but it wasn't completed successfully. It wasn't supposed to go down like that. So, yeah, I would be doing some healing work on that for sure.
That's crazy. All right. Next is for Guadalupe, who's a Libra. It says, "Am I being cheated on?"
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's humid.
I don't know why.
Am I being cheated on?
Maybe we're breathing too much air.
Well, let me just leave you with this. What if I tell you that you're not? Then what? Will that fix the problem? Because if you're not being cheated on and you're concerned that you are, that indicates something is going wrong. Something's going wrong. And we got to get to the source of what's the problem. Why are you not sure whether or not your partner's being loyal if they are? You know what I'm saying? Ace of Cups reversed. 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Six of Wands reversed. Death card. I don't think so. I'm not seeing it in the first spread here. I'm not seeing it in the first spread. What I am seeing, though, is I don't know how long y'all have been together, but it's been time for the two of you to move to the next level together. A life partnership is a never-ending growth and evolutionary process, right? Y'all are like a tree. Imagine that you planted 2 trees next to each other, and they're little baby sticks, they're little twigs, and you braid the trunks together. And they're just going to constantly grow and constantly evolve, and it doesn't stop growing. That's how it is when you're building a life partnership. The two of you are never going to stop growing. And if it gets to a certain point where somebody is not on the same page with the other person, then it's going to start making the connection really weak. And that's kind of what's happening here. Let me see the second spread. So far, I'm not seeing dishonesty or infidelity, though. 5 of Wands reversed. Yeah, see, all my cards are sticking together.
Well, I just turned the air on it. Or I kicked it down enough for you to see if that's why. I don't know.
2 of Cups reversed. Three of Wands, 8 of Swords. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm not seeing dishonesty or infidelity. And again, then that means, then what's the problem? Because that energy will be the demise of a connection. Doesn't matter why it's there. If that lack of trust is there, that will destroy the connection, whether it's warranted or unwarranted, whether it's legitimate or not. Just think about it. Imagine you're with somebody that's accusing you of doing some shit you didn't do. You ever been in that position? You ever been in that place where you got somebody accusing you of something and then you're like, no, the fuck, I'm not. Oh, quit gaslighting me. Dude, what the fuck? Have you ever been in that place? Ain't nothing you can do about it. If you know you're not doing what you're being accused of and they're convinced that you're gaslighting them and you're manipulating them when you're not, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do, you know? So, yeah, I would be trying to get to the root of the issue, whatever conversation you need to have, because, yeah, that's eating away at the connection. So.
Somebody said that that you and I are both very freedom-loving signs, and how do we keep that balance? And I said, we give each other space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my thing, like you all have heard me say a million times, I want to be with somebody that I can just let go do whatever they want and not have to worry about it. And when you're dealing with somebody that genuinely has loyal intentions, you feel that. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I mean, I have no worries, no issues. Like, do what you want. She's already proven to me time and time again that she absolutely 100% respects our relationship and our marriage. And yeah, it's just, I hate that energy where I'm constantly wondering who you're talking to, and, you know, and that lack of trust is there. And I don't know, I just hate that energy, you know?
But like the whole freedom thing too, like you have your little routine you do in the morning, like you go and you leave, and then I don't know. I like my alone time too, so then like I'll have my alone time, and then you have your alone time. But like we do everything together, but we still have like our like separate time too.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like the balance.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all to be able to have that freedom and still have a happy relationship. It comes with trust, and I don't know, both of you just have to be on the same page and just ready to let the person you're dealing with do what they want and know that they're not going to go do nothing stupid. And then once you're with that, I don't really know how to explain it, but you feel it. You just know it. You know, she's shown me many times that I don't have nothing to worry about, because that's the type I am, especially in a new relationship. I'm just going to step back and watch what you do. You know, like if you're put in a situation that will test you in some way, I'm going to step back and watch how you handle it. You know, like, oh, your ex wrote you? Oh, okay. I'm going to see what you're going to do about that. I'm not going to tell you nothing.
Sounds so like, oh, I'm watching you.
Well, no, that's when it comes to whether or not you can trust somebody. I don't want to have to tell you. I shouldn't have to tell you that.
Oh, this is what you should say, or oh, you should blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you should block them, or you should do this, or I shouldn't have to. Common sense. My ex writes me. I had an ex write me a couple of months ago. First thing I did was went and showed her. I said, "Yo, look, my ex showed up in my inbox. Look at this. You know." Common sense. That's common human decency. That's what you do, you know, without having to be told. So it comes with trust. It's the only way I know how to explain it.
Yeah. Okay, so we are on our last one, unless one comes in while we're reading this. So this is for Marco.
Polo.
Who's an Aries. Does my roommate want me to move out? He's acting weird AF since he got a new girlfriend.
That's a soul contract thing we got to look at. Soul contract complete. That's a classic example of a cycle being complete. When it's time for you to move on from something, anything, a relationship, a friendship, a job, time to move. When it's time to move on from something, the universe is going to start applying pressure and making things uncomfortable. And it's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And hopefully you take heed before things blow up. Because anyway, let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions.
I heard him crying in Nevaeh's room.
Is Nevaeh asleep?
No. She's bedwetting.
Steady.
He wanted out of the room just so he could pomsicle tail us.
I desperately need to take a tail. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Yeah, probably. Probably, yeah. Got a new girlfriend and wanting to just have nothing but them in the picture, you know. Probably. I think so. If I was you, I would start taking action towards finding something new. So, yeah. Cycle is complete. Take notes for next time. Next time you're in any kind of situation and this starts happening, the energy just changes like that. Completed cycle. Go with it. When you feel the universe nudging you away from something, follow it.
Okay.
Oh, right.
That was really sweet. That was 2 spreads for that person?
Yeah.
Dang. All right. Well, thank you guys for an awesome Saturday, and we're going to be back next Saturday, right?
Be back next Saturday. Same time, same place.
All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Doses.